Get in the house! Get in the house! Frick! Ah, that was horrifying! I break people's ankles because I'm a good person.
The natural balance on this is you lose at like everything, so you winning at stuff has to be you cheating.
That is not the logical conclusion.
Welcome back, and today's our first fan builder. Yay!
Hey guys, so I've gotten several questions about what the overall experience of being a VTuber is like. Also questions like these. Well, today I'll be answering all of those questions. But, why do you have to keep phrasing the last one like that? Actually, it really isn't. A lot of the games actually run well nowadays. Before, but really I couldn't play anything but RPGs like Pokemon and have a PNG tuber. I had to literally choose between either just streaming and recording and VTubing and editing. I couldn't do it all at once. I had to do it once. Like, I'd had to brute force open up multiple things and pray it didn't crash my computer or go a little up. I had 8 gigs of RAM.
Bruh.
Anyway, it also struggled in a lot of higher end games. Again, I couldn't do anything but an RPG. Oof. For an inside joke though, I did name it Victor based on a character in Arcane. I really like the show and well, I made my choice that way. I did also make a video about the transition and the change in the specs. I'll link it in the description, but I did change a little bit since that video. I actually was gifted a 3060 Ti graphics card, which allowed me to play even more games, even though Subnautica 2 begs me to upgrade the non-existent drivers to play it. Every once in a while there'll be some instances of potato or scuff, and well, I'm still glad that I've gotten everything I could in this PC, because the market really won't let me upgrade, so I have to just kind of hope for the best and pray that this PC will not break before the market crashes and I can avoid upgrades again. And it's really a hell of an upgrade to what I had before. I mean, if you know, you know. Describing it is literally not doing it any justice. Alright, what's my VTuber lore? Well, I kind of get this question a lot, and it's really valid, because every time I'm on stream I can never fully describe it or tell you guys about it without it really being confusing. So yeah, Serene, what is the lore behind all these wonky characters, the wacky choices you've made, and why do you keep saying the name Moonlight and Serene, and even though that's not your name on Twitch? And also, Serene, why are you so stinky? Okay, well, for one, I won't dignify the last one with the response. No, you. The others, though, it's very interesting, and well, I'm going to say it again, PNGs are all I can work with. I am not a good drawer or background artist by any means, so I will not subject you all to that kind of visual. So, I mean, just enjoy the next few minutes as I describe and serenade you with my script writing. The story begins in a scenic neighborhood that borders a small forest, whose density was deceptively deep. Serene walked through and sighed a monotonous sigh before something slashed across the street and hid in the trees. Serene gasped and looked both ways, wondering if anyone else saw what she witnessed. After verifying no one had, she followed out of morbid curiosity. She saw the smallest crater on the soft dirt and a small raccoon lying injured in the center. She rushed to pick it up, witnessing its labored breathing before taking it to its medical attention. The entire time, never shaking the weird fact of a floating top hat that floated above the poor creature's head. Afterwards, the now sleeping raccoon lay on a pillow in Serene's apartment. She stared at it, seeing how the moonlight seeped in and draped over the animal like a blanket. She thought to herself that it was a wonderful name. Moonlight. The raccoon stirred and looked up with curiosity. Once he knew the area was safe, he looked outside. What awaited him was a quiet community in the distant twinkle of a red light. What he tried to run away from had followed him here. There you go, guys. Now I can point people here when they ask that question, though they're probably never gonna stop. This question actually has a simple answer. which is why I'm needlessly going to extend it, just like you can extend and fuel the chaos of this channel by subscribing. So, just like everyone else, I wanted to be a star. So, one day I went onto this relatively new website called YouTube. I saw so many people there making content that they wanted to, just because they could. Back then, YouTube's slogan was, broadcast yourself for that reason. The people I actually watched back then, though, were a little different from what you'd see now on the homepage. I watched Fred, Smosh, Annoying Orange, PewDiePie, freaking Sonic Comics, and so many more. I always thought about making content, though only being around 8 years old, I was kind of limited on what I could post, or I didn't even know how to connect a camera to a computer to make a video. So I just watched and absorbed the entertainment around me. The dream never really went away, and I saved up money to get myself a computer when I was out of high school. Though by then my dream was actually a little different. Later, in 2020, besides college, I was now seeing people stream. And well, I wanted to do that too. Though there was still a really big issue that I didn't want to bring up. I didn't want to show people my face. It's not like an insecurity thing, I just felt uncomfortable doing so. I do kind of value my privacy, so this probably stemmed from that. But I also saw people like How to Basic and Daft Punk were able to go out there and not show their faces, so I felt I could do that and still do what I loved. It was also then that I actually saw the concept of VTubers. My mind was blown. I poured so much energy into researching before I threw my money to my now model mama. Nekkonime. I actually don't know how to say that name, but I usually just call it Nekkonime or something. And they made me this model that I use now. Since then, I've met amazing people and grew a community to be the most chaotic army. And well, I am eternally grateful to each and every one of you that watch me just be crazy on the internet and even fuel the chaos any shape or way that you guys can. Monetarily, not monetarily, just any way. I am just glad that you join me for whatever the adventure calls for. I didn't! I swear I didn't! Just let me explain myself! Why you guys keep saying it like that? I'm a military brat, which is a nickname for kids of military personnel. This means I had access to on-base community facilities like the library. And this library in particular was having a contest over the summer where the goal was to read as many books as possible out of everyone that joined. But there was one flaw in their logic, right? So they'd give you a little paper caterpillar and they put it on a string, paperclip it to a string, for every single book you read. I quickly realized, though, the librarians only checked if you checked out the book. They weren't actually quizzing anyone or checking if I even read the book. My solution to this conundrum after a week? Check out as many books as possible and just let them sit in my room before returning them with an innocent smile on my face. Yes, I won. And yes, I had to keep a straight face as they complimented me about how much I read and handed me the prizes. Which included an iron-on shirt pattern that no one helped me use, so I just went in the trash, candy, a bookmark, and the GBA game Cats, which I probably will play later in a stream for you guys at some point. Was it worth it? Yes, I love that game more than anything. It was worth everything, all the consequences. And you cannot even begin to believe how much it was worth it, alright? None of you could stop me if you wanted to, if I went back in time for that. None of you could stop me! There you have it, though. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I kind of do hope to have more soon. And I know it's kind of a short one, but I am trying a new strategy of videos than before. It's, I'm trying to get more short ones out so I can have more on my channel and you guys can enjoy more of them, instead of the mess that was the Foster Fighters video where everything went wrong, I swear. But yeah, this should allow me to make them within the last 5 months of each other, unless I take a hiatus, in which case, I'll tell you, but just I think this will work. I'll see you guys next time.